Show goes now in
In
five.
5D.
That's the best you get.
This is my fault for thinking you were going to be creative. I apologize for hoping.
Yep. No. No.
Hopes and dreams, right
Sometimes,
down the drain.
sometimes this is what you get.
Yeah. So, speaking of sometimes this is what you get, that actually brings us right into the first thing that we wanted to talk about. Very,
Oh.
very sad. Comic-Con.
Yeah.
You give them the bad news. I don't want to.
It's dead forever. No, I'm kidding. Looks like they're going to be delaying again. I was kind of hoping they would wait it out and see. I was remaining optimistic. I was choosing to be glass half full about it, and not so much with the hopefulness working out. So they're going to be pushing everything to 2022. It does look like they're going to try and do a smaller, like less attendees, less guests, like just a much smaller version of the convention in November. But even they're like, we got to see what that looks like closer to November.
Yeah. That's kind of tricky because even with things looking up, like maybe it's a little too soon. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm still sad. So I deferred. Like I was lucky enough to get tickets for, well, I guess lucky and unlucky enough for 2020. So I've deferred mine. I'm hoping they let you defer them again.
Yeah, no, they did say in the announcement 2020 tickets will be moved to 2022. Apparently, they're going to try and work on a way for you to use your 2020 ticket to go to this thing in November. Personally, that doesn't sound as worth it to me, though I am still interested in November. I want to see if
Yeah,
I can get myself vaxxed and what numbers look like, and
all that
I
stuff.
I want to see what things look like closer to when tickets are actually on sale for it. But until that point, eh,
Yeah,
so
for
take it off the
sure.
grain of salt.
Well, we'll see what that event's gonna be, and like definitely, I'd rather transfer this for a full Comic Con than some low key other
Yeah,
thing.
I might still try for November tickets without transferring my current
Yeah,
tickets, just to
just to see
see
what's
what all
up.
that looks like. Who knows?
Yup. Well, as we get closer, we will be sharing more information. Although I will say that it feels strange not having gone for a year because like we got tickets. Why wouldn't we go?
Yep, yep.
Um,
Well, that happened one other year.
that's
You got
well,
tickets,
I
couldn't
got
go.
stuck. I was very upset. Yeah, but that was back when I had obligations to the government, and now I don't
Right.
have those. So now I'm all on my own, and I was able to do the thing. To be fair though, this would have also been the first year where I think both you and I have grown up enough, um, where we probably would have enjoyed it a little bit more.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, like just like probably less pressure also, and probably be able to spend a little bit more money and go for the weird shit that we were always like passing on.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, and being able to buy art again. Me and my wife put ourselves on an art ban for years because we're like, look, we're not hanging this up because I'm not putting the effort to hang up stuff in something that isn't permanent. And until you own a house, it's not permanent.
yeah,
So now, yeah, it's a little more permanent. We can start buying art again. So,
yeah. I've got a couple walls that I want to fill, but we'll see. Um, I still remember, and this is on the subject of Comic Con when we were all those years back. I think it was either our first or second Comic Con when I bought a piece of art, like my first piece of art that was just actually legit put up on the wall.
yeah,
I put that some of a bitch up, like it was up for years at one point.
yeah.
I was like, no, I paid easily a week's salary for this. We're gonna do this.
The good old and fucking getting that thing in the car with all of us was redunk.
Well, yeah, because the problem was it fit just fine in the trunk, but where was everybody else's stuff gonna go?
Right. Where was everybody else going to go?
Yeah, I didn't really think that one through,
No.
but yeah, it was cool as shit though. That,
Yes.
that's like one of
Not
those.
not denying that.
That's like one of those stories you always think about, like, oh man, that's something we did as crazy kids, even though we're not fucking that old. Um,
Yeah.
And nowadays you're like, nah, fuck it, we'll just get a bigger car.
Yeah, we'll just rent shit, and I mean, that's just kind of what happens in life. You get more of the fuckets.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember the one year we were trying to be a little bit more economic, and there wasn't enough trunk space.
Yep.
Oh my god! At that point, we were adults too.
Yeah, that was just bad planning.
Yeah, piss poor planning. Well, actually, to be fair, I feel like the rental agency kind of fucked us. But anyways, the reason I'm bringing all those up is because I'm getting nostalgia about Comic Con, and with this announcement, I'm like, you're kidding me. You're kidding me.
I
But
mean, honestly, the big thing for me and my wife is like Comic Con is our big vacation every year. Like that's
yeah,
we save up time off of work for that. So when that doesn't happen, we kind of go, well, what the fuck do we do?
yeah,
Like I like just work every day until we fucking die. No, I need time where I don't do that for a couple of days.
yeah. And indulging in nerddom was a good solid spot.
It wasn't relaxing, but fuck it sparked joy.
Yeah, definitely.
Condoed that shit.
We still always talk about maybe doing New York Comic Con just to see what that one was going to be like.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it really depends on the lineup, and it sucks that they don't announce it far enough ahead of time to know if it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
But whatever, I miss it. But speaking of nostalgia, the thing I had you watch right before we started jumping on here,
Mm-hmm.
I want your thoughts because you just saw it, super fresh. We're talking about Pokemon Legends of Arceus.
And see, I feel like honestly, the way you're saying the name is hurting it.
Arceus?
It is not called Pokemon Legends of Arceus.
Oh.
It's Pokemon Legends Arceus. So to me, it seems like this is going to. I'm guessing. This is without reading anything. This is me only having seen a trailer and nothing else. What it sounds like, and just from like the image you have put up, even look at it, it looks like this is a new brand, much like Pokemon Snap is. This is Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Correct.
So there is a chance to do other Pokemon Legends games, but Pokemon Legends Lugia, Pokemon Legends fucking Celebi, Pokemon Legends
Yep.
Mucky McFuckfuck, like it doesn't matter. But that's what it looks like, and it appears to be a more RPG element focus. Appears to be. Again, this is based off of a trailer that's out.
Yep.
It looks to be a more RPG focused Pokemon, which, let's face it, a lot of people have been asking for
years.
Do I think this looks quite as in depth as what I think people have always wanted? No. But it's a step closer.
I'm willing.
If we all buy this, they will definitely make us Pokemon MMOs. No, I'm kidding. Don't count on that.
To be fair, like if it wasn't Nintendo, I'm surprised anybody else would have already done it. Can you imagine Pokemon MMO?
Fucking, for years the audience has been going, we would like this thing, and they go, no, and then people are like, hey, we'll make it, and they go, stop making that. Oh, are you gonna make it? No.
Yeah, dude, they would be printing money.
Oh yeah.
Like it would surpass.
I mean,
WoW,
unless they really truly feel that they could not pull it off. If that's their limiting factor, then I guess more power to you for knowing what you can and can't accomplish without burning your audience. But I believe in them.
Yeah, to be fair though, I would have preferred they spent all the money they spent on the last Pokemon game and done something. Wait a couple years.
I liked Sword and Shield. It was fine. It was another Pokemon game.
It was okay.
It was another Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Which, and again, this is somebody coming from not having played the franchise for years. It was actually kind of nice to come back into a game. Think about having played Mega Man on the NES.
Oh,
and
kill
then
me.
Picking up the most recent Mega Man game.
Yeah, it's different.
It's gonna, or oh my god, think of one of the people like me who played Mega Man on the NES and then bought Battle Network out of nowhere.
Oh.
I love Battle Network, but it is not the same shit.
Yeah, or Mega. Actually,
learning curve.
Even though I loved it, Mega Man Legends was weird.
I still need to play Legends. I
Dude,
haven't played it.
It is fantastic.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this, I think this this could actually be like a little bit more like Sword and Shield, where Sword and Shield felt, there was obviously new stuff, but none of it felt mind blowing. I feel like this is a nice baby bridge into the RPG world.
I honestly think this is gonna be, because of the visuals, because of other stuff. I think it's gonna be Breath of the Wildish, which I know doesn't sell it for you. Like for me, honestly, the biggest thing about
Does my Pokemon die after so many combats?
That's right. That's the one thing, right? Like
I will play this version. That sounds great.
Don't have breakable items, you fuckheads. To this day, I still don't understand. But yeah, no, I think it's looking like that, and I think that's what the hype is all about. However much I'm looking forward to this, because yes, there was a bootleg ROM back in the day that was Pokemon done in an RPG fashion.
Oh yeah.
And I got pretty close to beating it, and then I think the computer was just on crash, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm not starting over." But
there's been a few attempts though, and
yeah, so I'm hoping that this turns into that, and I'm hoping that it's not always necessarily just tied to one legendary Pokemon. Because what I would like to see is other time periods of the Pokemon universe. I think that would be great.
I mean, this is another time period. This is when the region is still not filled in, is what they say at the beginning.
Well, there you go. I'm in.
Yeah. And yeah, this very, especially calling it Legends, this opens up a lot of room to tell other time periods of when these like legendary Pokemon were discovered. But I feel like this could be a good bridge into introducing you to a new combat system that suits an MMO better. So this could very much work as a slow bridge to like, okay, Pokemon fans, things are going to be closer to this before we move into what it's really going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, also
it's like what Kingdom Hearts did for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my god. It kills me. But yeah, I will play the dick out of this game, and we'll see how it goes. I'm not willing to give my heart to a series anymore because they just let me down looking at you, Anthem.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that announcement?
It's dead, right?
Yeah, they've basically announced that it's dead. They had this whole like Anthem Next planned, and no, they were like, no, we're kind of done. We want to focus on the next Dragon Age or Mass Effect games, which the Mass Effect fucking fanboy in me fucking screams a little bit about, but. Yeah.
The normal functioning adult in you is like, this isn't how money works.
Dude, I'm the guy who has, like, I am the guy that they want to be one of their fans because I've paid for the fucking version of the games on 2 different platforms. I've beat it on both platforms, and now that they're releasing the HD remake, I'm probably gonna do it again.
Oh, I mean, the minute they release a VR game where you get to blow fucking Shepard, you're gonna be like, "Can I cup the balls?" That's the only question you fucking have. You're in.
As long as there is a guaranteed reach around, if you have enough Paragon points, I'm in.
I keep meaning to like, maybe I'll finally do it when the HD remasters come out, but I really hated that second game, and not even just like on a first play. I think I've retried it 2 or 3 times now.
If I can rewatch episode fucking 8, you can get through those fucking games.
Oh yeah, if I can watch a 3-hour movie, you can sit through 40 hours of terrible gameplay.
Well, no, the 40 hours for which one? For the second one? Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, I mean, I just feel to be fair though, I feel like 8 was that bad. I'm just not to bring it back. But
I feel like 2 is that bad. I really did not like Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, I wish I could say that it was great, but that combat system was clunky as fuck.
Oh, and to this day, I still think Mass Effect has like the shittiest feeling powers of any sci-fi game I've ever played.
Yeah, it felt like for how advanced the technology was, it felt not great. And I didn't understand it.
And the build I used in 1 was not at all applicable to 2.
Oh, not at all. It's like, to be fair, it feels like every game changed what
But you were supposed to be able to like move your character over, and doing that, I felt like I had the most gimped I hate that game. I hate that game. Maybe I'll give it a retry. Maybe something about it at this point in my life will fucking do it for me. But I hate that game.
that's that's funny because yeah, the game mechanics weren't great, but I like the series enough. Although I will say I still haven't finished Andromeda. I'm kind of ashamed. I think what I'm going to do is
I mean, I hear it's terrible.
yeah, it's not great. I feel like if it wasn't called Mass Effect, if this was just called some assholes in another galaxy do a thing, I'd be in.
Look, as a die-hard Kingdom Hearts fan, there are certain Kingdom Hearts games that I haven't finished and I'm not going to. There are even Kingdom Hearts games out that I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna play that. Like the new one that's out, they released a rhythm game. It's a Kingdom Hearts game, but there is plot.
Oh, that sucks.
And I was like, you know what? I'll just read about all the plot on Wikipedia. I'm not gonna I'm terrible at rhythm games.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it. I'm gonna be so frustrated and I'm just not interested. I'm a 30-year-old man. I'm not playing a rhythm Kingdom Hearts game, god damn it.
I don't know. I still play
Can't do it.
the fuck out of Beat Saber, so I can't really talk shit on the rhythm games.
I still think Beat Saber is a step above rhythm Kingdom Hearts game. I can't.
Yeah, because at that point, it's almost what like Konami's done with all their like characters that they've turned into pachinko machines.
Or Metal Gear Solid, the card battle game.
Well, to be fair, that's like okay. So I just found on Kickstarter. This is tangentially related. Batman Dark Knight Returns, the board game. Here's the kicker,
Okay.
though. It's a one-person game. So you're just supposed to play
For
through...
when you're as lonely as the Dark Knight.
Right? Like, so it's basically you against the universe.
Wow.
No, it's you. It's
It's
obviously...
just Batman struggling against the nightmares he has over and over
basically,
again.
like, I understand the concept. It's basically how a video game would go. It's the board game version of the video game of the Dark Knight Returns or whatever.
Oh, hey, buddy, you playing a board game? Yeah, can I join you? You really can't.
Yeah, exactly. I
Really
thought that was
cannot.
rad. So it's funny because this is the same company that did Ghostbusters, the video game,
Okay.
that I've finally gotten a chance to play, which I enjoyed the dick out of. I think, honestly, you, me, and our wives would enjoy the dick out of this game.
The board game. You said video game, but I think you mean board game.
Yes, I meant board game. Sorry, but anyways, so it's the same people that did that board game. So
Okay.
they sent me hey, you might be interested in this, and I read it and I was like, no, not even a little.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
You're wrong.
dude. I even bought the Ghostbusters the board game too without even playing the first one, just because the miniatures look cool. I was in.
Fair enough. Did you paint them?
This is one of the best parts. They come pre-fucking painted.
Of course they do.
Cause I'm a lazy fuck. I
You mean I can look like I have a hobby but not have to do it?
no,
Sold.
fuck that. If I'm paying that much for a goddamn board game, it better come fucking pre-assembled.
You're,
and painted.
you're like the kind of guy who's like, I really want to collect model planes. I don't want to put them together. Just put it in the box, asshole.
That is literally the guy I am. Why do you think I collect Power Rangers toys? They're already fucking
gotta
assembled. Like,
build shit.
no, you do. You have to put them together in their
sorry,
Megazord
you gotta fold
configuration.
that head down and, you know.
That's as far as I'm willing to go. Like I literally I bought some Gundams and I wanted to make sure that there was no glue required. But when I opened it, it's still in pieces. It requires assembly. It's just all the pieces snap in, and I was like, nah, I'm not into this. I'm out. I'm super fucking out.
You're the kid who got Transformers and you were like, I have to learn how to play with this. Ugh.
It's funny though, but no, I never learned Transformers because those were rich white kid toys.
Okay, I'm sorry, GoBots.
Motherfucker, you think we shopped at Kmart?
We shop at Qmart.
yeah, like la Quickie Mart. But yeah, no. Honestly, it's because I suck at it. There's just something wrong with my hands. I'm not dexterous enough.
People try and
just
give you
not
so
in.
much shit when you be straight up and be like, I'm bad at this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. Like, I feel it's stealth games. That's my big, like, I can't Cool. I'm sure they're super fun. I can't do stealth in games. You hide from this guy. No, can't.
Nuh-uh.
Mm-mm. I can't do it.
I like games that give me the option, and I'm even okay with games that will
Yeah,
punish me a
I
little bit.
I like games that have the option because unlike games where I don't have the option, I still stand a chance in a game that gives me the option to not fucking be stealth.
I,
Okay, Batman and Spider-Man, like I've learned to kind of cheap my way through the stealth, and it probably takes me 15 times longer than the normal person.
yeah, to be fair, I like to think stealth as playing these games in hard mode, where if you fuck up,
Right,
you
like
pay
stealth
for
is
it.
oh, I
Yeah.
can't do it.
No, exactly. I will say though that I have learned because every Ubisoft game is so much fucking more enjoyable if you never have to fight any of their stupid people ever. Like I'm all for the boss fights, I love them, but Jesus Christ, they're stupid drones. They get off some of the cheapest shots, and I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Um, but I will say, um, I've learned. I'm playing the Assassin's Creed Odyssey right now, and I'm enjoying the dick
You
out of
know,
it.
I can't even listen to you when you talk.
I know. I won't even go into it too much, but all right, fuck it. Tell me, what are you playing right now?
Um, oh, such a big question. No,
Uh,
so the newest one I picked up. Oh, excuse me, the beer is coming back with a vengeance. Um, I just picked up
Hot.
Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. So look, I'm just gonna like I'm gonna drop caveats right at the beginning. No, this is not a Legend of Zelda game. Yes, this is the kind of thing that I often complain about, where I'm like, this isn't how this should be made. Nah, this is not Zelda. It's really not. And I understand why people really don't like games like Dynasty Warriors or any of those because they're very repetitive. Bro, I am such a big 99 Nights fan. I straight unapologetic. Like I'm honestly I'm not a Dynasty Warriors fan. I think I've maybe played one of them years ago. Like maybe I would be super into them. I'm just like I've never played them. But I love 99 Nights 1 and 2. They are so fun. And Hyrule Warriors just scratches that 99 Nights itch so
uh-huh.
much. I'm really enjoying number 2. I feel like they've added a lot to it. Though I should say, man, I played 1 when it first came out, and that was a lot of beers and cursing ago. I feel like they changed a lot with this one, but it is distinctly possible that I just was not paying close enough attention the first time I played, and there's like stuff that I just didn't do. Totally possible. But this one seems to have more of a map feature with like smaller side quests.
So
So as you're playing the levels, you earn these items to unlock different shops or different combos or different features for each character. And I'm just kind of liking that small, loose, progressive system built in. That's really fun.
yeah, did so. Look, I don't dislike these kinds of games. I've liked some of the Dynasty Warriors. Um, I always like when it's tied to some sort of interesting story. And for this one, I just didn't feel like that was the case. You know what I mean?
Wait, did you play it, or this is based purely on like trailers?
Oh, I played the first one. I played the first Hyrule
Okay.
Warriors, and the story was like thinly veiled. It's like it felt like an arena game where they're like, yeah, we have a story, but it's not really the point.
You know, and this one I was really trying to pay attention to the story, and then it was literally last night when I was playing, I went, why am I reading? Because I play everything, you know, I play him handheld,
Yep.
and I'm usually like watching TV with my wife while I play, and so I'm like reading along, and then last night I got to a point where I was like, why am I reading this? Punch all the guys who aren't me. Done.
Yeah. So I liked it, but it just got really repetitive to the point where the story wasn't helping me carry it.
That's kind of I kind of like the repetitive gameplay. This is like mental floss This is just there to kind of clean something out. I was on a real big like Metroidvania kick for a while, and then when that ended, I was real transient, just kind of trying out some random stuff that I tried out. And this feels like a good scrubbing point in between when a couple of other Switch games are going to come out real soon and kind of give me the palate cleanser.
And see,
We're going to get Stubbs the Zombie. We're going to get Secrets of Mana. But there's a few things that are coming out that all look good that I really want to dive into wholeheartedly. And this is such a great sit on the couch, watch TV, and just kind of like jam through some mindless action for a few minutes. Though I will say that this one does feel harder. I'm having a more difficult time with this one, so I am having to pay a little bit more attention. Yeah.
I feel like it's scratching that itch that for me, there's some app games that I do that scratch that itch where I don't really want to 100% pay attention, but I want to do something else as well because I'm bored. So yeah, I do like, Raiden, those kinds of games.
I love Raiden.
I actually have something like that on my Switch. That I do. It's an airplane. Ooh. It's an airplane game. It's not 100% like Raiden, but it's pretty interesting. And depending on how the runs that you do, unlocks different airplanes that do have different things. Some of them are stronger. Some of them are faster.
You should send that my way. I would absolutely love something like that.
Yeah, I got it on the Switch, and that hits that itch for me because I too love the airplane games and like you pick up power-ups and yeah.
I like the game like Raiden and Gradius. I like those, but something like this is Top probably Gun or Star Fox I don't enjoy.
Yeah, fair enough. This is closer to like 1942.
Yes, I love 1942.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I will definitely.
I'm always talking about getting an arcade machine, and I think you're slowly selling me on the idea that machine being or having Raiden.
Well, I wanted the new Raiden game, but it was like $60, and I was like,
Dude, you know what one is fucking killing me from Nintendo right now?
What?
The World Ends With You. This is a DS game.
Okay.
It's $50.
Oh, wow.
Digital only on Switch right now.
And yeah, I lost many quarters when I could afford it and watched many other people play it when I couldn't there, TK. The chat was talking about how much 1942 was pretty awesome.
Oh, 1942 is such a good game.
Like the arcade game, yeah.
Such a good game, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. But yeah, I like, honestly, in Raiden, my favorite one was that like laser whip that you just like whip it around and like just flap everybody with it. That was my favorite.
You mean the minimal effort build?
Yeah, that one.
Wait, is there a physical? Ooh, there is a physical. Oh, but it's out of stock everywhere. It doesn't fucking exist. Yay.
That sucks.
Yeah, $49.99 to buy it digital. Fucking
That's
ridiculous.
insane.
That is such a good game. Such a good game, but it came like for the DS, man. That shit is so old.
Yeah. I actually still have a DS and my 3DS.
I still use my DS.
I still play my 3DS.
Yeah.
All the time. So
solid console. You played The World Ends With You yet? I've been talking about it for years, man.
No, I haven't.
You really should.
I don't know.
You really should. It's one of the rare times I can tell you it's a sound on kind of game.
Oh, interesting. So I legitimately pay attention?
Well, all the dialogue is done through text. It's just, it actually has a decent soundtrack, and the soundtrack really helps shape the world.
That's fair enough. That's actually how I feel about Killing Floor 2's soundtrack. It is oddly fantastic.
And on top of that, I will say, The World Ends With You is right up your my alley. It's a little depressing.
Oh, of course.
It's a little depressing.
We were such emo kids as children.
Oh man, the depression feeds our soul.
Yeah. Yup. I was gonna say it's like the nerddom. It binds things.
Yeah.
But yeah. So give it a rating. Hyrule Warriors.
I'm not done with it yet, and I really don't even know how far I am because it's one of those games like maybe the maximum level is 99 or maybe the maximum level is like 25. I don't know. But so far, it's cool. I did already give up on the story. I was trying, and then I was like,
Yeah.
it's one of those stories that you actually kind of need some Zelda lore in your head
Yeah.
to really get everything, and like I don't have a lot of that, so I'm already a foot out, but it didn't help. So gave up on the story, but liking the gameplay, especially if you like, Dynasty Warriors 99 Nights, you can probably sink into this fairly well. I'll give it 3.75 out of 5. It's a
Oh.
very strong 3, but the only reason I can't go up to 4 is because I know like this particular gameplay style doesn't sit well with lots of people.
Yeah, that's true.
This is like a fairly unpopular style. Like you either love this or you do not like this.
All right. Talking about Zelda, are you gonna play Breath of the Wild 2?
No. I still haven't even played Breath of the
Well, I
Wild
know
1.
you haven't played 1, but what if they take out the your weapons break mechanic in 2?
I don't play a sequel without playing the original.
You're such a difficult individual when it comes to this stuff.
Why is that difficult? Like, oh yeah, let's come into the story halfway through.
You have Wikipedia for that.
No, it's not the same thing, and you know it.
We literally just got finished talking about how.
Yeah, I do it for Kingdom Hearts, but it's not the same thing.
No,
Eventually,
it's
the
obviously not
thing
the
where you
same
get to
thing.
watch the videos from everything else, and I'll do that.
Yeah, the problem is that if you play the first one, you'll break your Switch. I believe. Out of sheer frustration.
You see, I'm not gonna. Luckily, I have 2, but I'm not gonna do that.
To be fair, though, I think it'll work out better than you trying to play Dark Souls.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that either.
Yeah, just
My boss was actually just swearing by playing Dark Souls. But he's like, the way you play it is you get like 2 friends who are already maximum level and really good at the game to basically just hold your hand through the game, but let you take the final swing on every enemy so you can feel like you were accomplishing something. And I was like, I just learned how you played this game. And he was like, yes, this is exactly how I played this game.
that. Yeah, I'm just not in. Like, I don't want to be Sherpa through the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, it's not for. He even said he was joking. He was like, "You will hate this," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not. I'm just not gonna play that. It doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
Not in. You know what does appeal to me though? We already talked about it a little bit, but boy, my hype train is building.
4.
2 of them. Star Wars. Oh, why is the name escaping me? Clone Trooper fighty shooty game. Make shoot.
Republic
Pew pew pew.
Commando.
That's the one. Really excited for Republic Commando and really excited for Stubbs the Zombie. I feel like the Switch has more hype behind stuff launching than either my PS5 or my Xbox Series X right now.
Yeah, that's fair because the only thing I've got for the PS5 is the next Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that one.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. To be fair, I'm excited for Pokemon Legend of Arceus, and I'm pretty excited for.
But that's still Switch. You're building up that Switch.
True, that is the Switch. Other PlayStation shit. I really want to play Horizon 2.
Yes, I'm very into Horizon 2. I'm super excited.
Yup.
And I'm hoping them doing a smaller Miles Morales game means that they really are working on the next Peter Parker game. No, that's not me talking shit on like Miles Morales as a character. I actually really like Miles.
And actually, that game was pretty good.
The game was really good. I'm only saying the next Peter game because I'm assuming they're going to do a sequel to that, and it's going to be the Peter game, and it's going to be like an actual full-scale game instead of like a 0.5 game.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that them kind of like the Arkham Origins to Arkham
City.
Shitty one. No, City was good. Origins City and Night.
Yeah.
God, Night sucked. But I'm hoping it's kind of something like that where we're only like a year or 2 away from the announcement on the next one of that, like fucking getting dropped.
I'm so sad that we're not getting another Batman game like the ones we've already had because I don't think they can do it anymore.
I don't know. I'm interested in the Arkham games that were announced.
Well, there's like Arkham Knights. That one looks legit.
Arkham Knights looks fun.
Yep.
And wasn't there another one?
Yeah, there is. There's 2 that are very, very similar.
Sorry, it's called Gotham
Gotham
Knights.
Knights. My bad. Yep.
Yeah, we're pieces of shit.
Just
Uh,
giant turds.
Man, I'm looking and weirdly like I can't find another one, but I remember there being like two that were coming out.
Yeah. Now I'm blanking, but I'm pretty sure there were going to be two Batman games. Um, I'm I'm in as long as it's not multiplayer only, because that would
Oh, well, there's
really
the,
take
the
out of me.
Suicide Squad game, which people weirdly count as a Batman game, but it's
Oh, okay.
not a Batman game. It is its own independent franchise.
Yeah, and to be fair, Gotham Knights is technically not Arkham canon. It's just another Batman game coming out.
I think it is Arkham canon.
Is it?
I think so.
Because isn't Batman dead?
Yeah, and he's not in it.
Well, that's what I'm. No, no, I don't. Does he die in the end of Arkham Knight?
You know, there was that second ending that I know I got, but I don't remember it well enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm not remembering. It's been a while, and I don't want to replay that game. I already beat it once. That's enough. It wasn't great.
Dead air.
Well, no, it's because I'm having flashbacks to Arkham Knight.
It was really bad. Honestly, what pissed me off more than anything was calling the villain from the trailer.
Yeah.
Knew
Well,
exactly what. No question, no doubt. I was like, it's that guy.
isn't it sad that I enjoyed some of the car driving sequences a lot more than I did some of the missions?
Oh no! I every time they made me use that car, I was furious. I
Oh,
hated
I
it.
I liked how
Because they announced the car, and then I was like, man, you're gonna like make me drive that thing. Why would you make
and
me
I'm not talking
use
about
that
the
ugly car? But then you actually had to use it in missions. Even you actually had to, not once, not twice, several fucking times. You had to use that car
but I didn't
to
hate it.
solve puzzles.
I didn't hate it because if I was Batman, I would have to use all my tools, including my vehicle,
Shut the fuck up.
because I'm
Shut
Batman.
the fuck up.
It
How
fit.
often in comics and movies does he have to? Oh, I'll get the bat winch.
I to be fair, I think I've seen that one time, and it was in the old cartoon.
Oh no, I have to run time trials.
Okay, time trials are bullshit. We'll call
Yeah,
that.
no, fuck that car. Fuck that car.
You didn't like the fighting of the
No.
tanks?
No. God, what an awful final mission for that fucking game. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was fuck awful.
And having to like, oh, you can move between car mode and tank mode. Go fuck yourself. Oh my god. Hated it. Hated it.
That's because you hate piloty games.
Hated it.
Um,
Arkham Knight is honestly it's what keeps me from replaying those games. I keep like oh I should replay those and I go nope I have to replay Arkham Knight.
I have to. Have you played Batman VR?
No.
I have it. I should really play it.
You know what I just picked up? I didn't tell you to get cues for this, but I should have. I picked up Moss finally. They were doing a sale on Moss for a PlayStation VR.
Okay.
It's only $11.99, which is the cheapest I have seen
And
Moss with S's. No, I really like it. It's a lot like Astrobot, in where it's more of like a your head in a box kind of game. You know,
Okay.
like you're just an omnipotent being viewing the events of this world and controlling them with your controller. So
Yeah.
like you're not using the move controller to grab you're grabbing some stuff, but like you're not in physical control of all the things. You're piloting something and occasionally grabbing things with your big invisible air quote hands.
magic.
Magic. Magic.
Yeah.
No, but it's really fun. It's a fun little like puzzle solver. And honestly, the more I play games like Astrobot and Moss, the more I'm very, very angry at Naughty Dog for
Wha-
not doing a Crash Bandicoot VR game.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty interesting.
Like, have you when you came over, did I have you try Astrobot?
No, I think you got Astrobot after I.
Oh,
over.
so do you want to come back up? No,
It's funny.
just make the drive. It's a very so think about platformers, but in a
Okay.
VR game. That's what Moss and Astrobot really are. There's like, so Moss is probably a little closer to Crash, to where like there is a little bit of sword play and stuff happening, but really you're solving puzzles and you're platforming.
Okay.
And I really think something like Crash Bandicoot, insert another similar platformy kind of game
Thing.
here,
Yeah.
a Sly Cooper, a whatever, but a good old mascot platformer can 100% breathe life into the VR genre, because something about platformers in VR, to where it's not just about running the course. The course is all around you, and you're having to make jumps while looking at something vertically or behind you or to the sides of you, but you're also having to look around corners. You're having to peek
Okay.
around walls to see hidden objects, hidden enemies, things coming up, secrets, bonuses, whatever. Putting your head, it's the head in the box thing, right? It's a magic box, and you put your head in the
Yeah.
box, and it's a whole world inside of a magic box. Crash Bandicoot lends itself to that
Yeah.
so well. Crazy talk that nobody's developing this, especially after the success of the first Astrobot, and the fact that Astrobot was relegated to a controller tech demo for the PS5 hurts, even though that is the best tech demo I've ever played in my life. And it's amazing, and no one else could have championed a controller tech demo better than Astrobot. I'm still disappointed that we're not going to get further VR support on the PlayStation, and that an Astrobot 2
Wait,
is not currently in development.
you know that they're doing PSVR 2, right?
Is that firmly
I
announced?
thought it was. I thought it. I think maybe this week they said. Now I'm looking up. But I'm pretty sure they
We're
announced
both
it.
Googling. Okay. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, because what they announced before was that they just weren't going to continue with support on the PSVR. But I guess they're not continuing with support because they're working on a new one, which is fine by me. I am okay with that. I will say it's not the best VR, but that's because it is probably the cheapest one on the market.
It's coming out next year. It looks like.
Okay. And it's a firm,
Sony
we
said
are
the
doing
PSVR
this.
won't be coming out this year, but it could be coming in 2022.
Okay.
That's what they've officially said.
Oh yeah, okay. And then I'm looking here. One of the innovations we're excited about is our new VR controller, which will incorporate some of the key features found in the DualSense wireless controller, that's the PS5 controller, along with a focus on greater ergonomics. That's just one of the examples of future-proof technology we're developing to match our vision for a whole new generation of VR games and experiences. Getting away from light-based is going to be so big for them, because the light-based controllers is the biggest killer on that system.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I live in a house with windows, you know? I got big windows that let in a lot of natural light. It's something I was after. Um yeah, it is a killer. So going into something that's more Tiptronic or whatever, the I don't know what it is in the DualSense controller, but it works great, because there are parts in Astrobot where you got to like play the tilt the controller to roll the ball kind of
Mm-hmm.
game. And the sensitivity on it's wonderful. Yeah, this is probably the best announcement I've gotten all week, bud. Thank you. That's fantastic news.
Yay! You are welcome.
Like this is probably one. Look, I was pretty harsh on VR in general, admittedly. On this podcast, even
Oh
I
yeah,
have been very
super.
harsh to VR until I got a hold of the PSVR, which I felt with the package that I paid for. And I'll admit, I bought a holiday package to get it. I got the station, the headset, and 3 games, and the camera for like $200.
Yeah.
And then I had to buy the Move controllers separately. But honestly, Move controllers were pretty cheap. I bought them used, and I got them for about $20 each. I think it was actually slightly less for one of them, but very, very inexpensive to get so call it $250 for a kit. I mean, compared to the Index, compared to,
Oh
you don't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
say how much you spent on yours, but I do believe it was more than $250 for the full
Oh,
kit, correct?
for the full kit, yeah, yeah.
So and again, yours probably works better. Yours probably tracks better. I imagine your Beat Saber score is going to be way higher than mine, because the tracking on mine is very poor. Very poor.
Yeah, to be fair, the mine's not the best. It's also light based, but
Oh, is it light based as well? Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
you know the same problem I have with that light saturation just really killing things.
Well,
But even
that
with that,
and you can't reach back very easily.
yeah, same,
And some
same, same, same,
games,
same, same.
like I have some games where you pull out your sword and do a couple of
Yeah,
other things.
yeah,
Uh,
pulling stones and moss does this, and
Yeah,
I gotta like
yeah.
reach behind my head. Yeah, so the light based consoles are not the best, but at 250, that is at 250 with 3 full games.
Yeah.
That's not a price that I'm going to scoff at. For me personally, that's acceptable.
I
I'm
think
okay with that price. So even out of box with a new system, if this is me just kind of drawing my line in the sand. Day one, I'm already sold. I really like what they're offering, and if there's some great new games to go with it, I'm very interested. I will go as high. This is probably the highest I will go. Like this is me not happy with the price, but still willing to pay it, kind of thing.
okay.
500 on day one. I will do 500 for a PlayStation VR day one. I'll do five.
Oh, wow.
If it's not light, if it's light based again, we're right back. I'm not spending more than about 250 because light based has just proven it's not the
I'm
best version.
I'm actually I feel like I'm going to be a dick about it, but I think I want to get the Alex or the sorry,
The index.
the Index.
No, I'm actually with you. I'm thinking index as well, though the friend of ours who has it actually just let me know they announced updates to index as well coming in the next year or two.
Which means that the base system will be cheaper if you can find it.
Hopefully.
If you can find it.
But yeah, so I'm expecting that one is, and again, that one's twice the price of what I'm saying the max on this one is. And
Yeah.
you know me lately. I'm a PC. Nobody can fucking say I'm not a PC gamer. I'm on this thing playing shit all the time, more than I want to be. But my true, like, I just love the ease of consoles. I love a lot of the titles that are console only. I collect console. I'm a console guy. So having a console-based VR system that I know is going to be plug and play. I'm the kind of guy I buy warranties on equipment like that, so I'm not worried about day one failures. I will get it replaced, even if I gotta fight for it. For me, I think the convenience of popping that some bitch on my PS5 that will guaranteed run it and will just have a set of exclusive titles that I can play on there. For me, I think it's worth it. Though I am with you, and I think when I do finally do a big rebuild on my PC, an index is going to be bundled
Yeah.
into the expenses of my update because there are some exclusives for the PC that I'm interested in. And on top of that, man, that's just really great hardware. They're really putting the time and effort into making that hardware work the way that hardware should work.
Yeah, to be fair, I got the HTC Vive Cosmos and I'm like, I should have just waited and gotten the Index
Yeah.
because it's good. It's just it's not quite there. Like there's some really good games. Like honestly, the Index to play like Alex, I understood why those two were bundled together. Like it is fantastic. You need to try it out. I know you're not a Half-Life guy, but you definitely need to try it out.
I'm wondering now because I'd actually heard recently Oculus Quest or Index, who's got less of the screen door effect?
Uh, I don't know, but you don't want the Oculus because you need to use your Facebook account to log in.
Yeah, no, there. I would never get it. Still, I was just one because the PlayStation has bad screen door effect. You're
Mm.
straight up like that. Even in a darker setting, you're still seeing it.
Well, I will say that one thing about the HTC, the Cosmos, is that you can adjust it, like up here.
Uh, I think we might be so the screen door effect. It has to do with pixels and rendering and how smooth some of the line work is while
Oh, that's what you
moving.
mean.
And this is an official term. You can literally Google like screen door effect VR, and so now like the big battle seems to be who can get rid of the most screen door effect. But I just Googled it really quick: the Index versus the Oculus 2 on the screen door effect. Um, Neither one of them is at all perfect, but it seems to be that up close the Oculus is better, but when it comes to field of vision, the Index is better. That's at least what people are saying.
I honestly think, dude, give me a treadmill and some haptic suit.
Not on this generation. Honestly, I think the next generation is going to be an unsurprising improvement, but maybe the generation after the next one, we're gonna see such a big leap in that. I'm actually gonna get back on an old bandwagon of mine and say too, boy, what a time for AR and VR to maybe blend. How easy
Yeah.
would it be to take one of these tiny little cell phone cameras, pop it onto the front of your VR camera, and be able to display people a little bit of what's actually in their environment along with what you're rendering in there for them. Especially with all the like the Oculus won't be able to do it, but with stuff like the PlayStation, which does have an add-on box. So you have an extra processor on top of what you're already doing with your base console. Imagine if they up that again and actually put like a full separate GPU and proc in there,
Yeah.
like a whole separate little mini module to plug in at a little bit more of a cost to help with some of that post process and smoothing. You're really going to see a crazy step up in performance and clarity as this gets a little further and further in.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to do like a legitimate MMO in VR. Like it's gonna be
Yeah,
huge.
it
It's gonna be
will.
fucking huge.
Just wait, it's going to be World of Warcraft VR.
Hey, I would love a Old Republic VR.
I'd be into that. But you know they're going to make you actually learn to do a backflip.
You know what? I've done backflips before. I just have to make sure I'm not old anymore.
Oh yeah, just work on that and then you'll be fine, bud.
Yep. You know, I hear the stem cells is the way to go for that.
Yeah. Why aren't we funding this?
Oh, it's a joke, but it's true.
It's a joke. You know, we're not quite at that time, but I do feel a winding down of sorts. What do you think, big guy? You want to inject like a last minute review you got, or do you want to play us out? I'm going to leave it up to you. The
I
audience's time is in your hands.
actually I do want to say something.
Do it.
I've been watching trashy TV as I often do.
Yeah.
And there's this
Porn.
show about car racing that I've been watching that is trashy TV, but I've actually learned a lot about race cars watching it because
Okay.
it's basically it's they call themselves the fastest street racers in the nation. They are from Oklahoma and they have this list of 10 cars. And there's certain rules to move up the list and you have to race other cars and beat them. And so on and so forth. But they're street racers that they've progressed to the point where they're basically racing street legal race cars. Like they've got nitrous on them and all kinds of crazy shit. So what I found fascinating that it was like Need for Speed Most Wanted, where there was a race list that you moved up. That's what initially attracted me to it. But then I started to see like I like cars. I'm not a car guy, like you know that, but I
Yeah.
like cars. So I've been watching them, and then they interject all this drama, and they've got like these two characters who they always come up with goofy shit to do. Like they literally just put like 700cc engines in a golf cart and NOS and then race them because everything is about racing. And then
Sure.
sometimes they do like destruction derbies. It is the most entertaining and most traumatic thing in my life right now because the cars are pretty and shiny and they go really fast. I like watching the races, the drama, whatever. Every so often somebody gets punched or thrown over something, so that's entertaining. It really hits that trashy TV niche as opposed
Sure.
to last time when I talked about something like this. I talked about trashy in the Real Housewives kind of sense, and this time it's man trashy.
Mashy.
It's basically the same thing. It's reality TV, except this one appeals to dudes because it has cars in it. But there's still drama. There's still bullshit, overproduced fucking reality show. But yeah, it's something nice to just like. I've been playing Assassin's Creed on the TV, and then I've been having this on the iPad.
So what is this called? You still haven't said the name.
I believe it's called American Outlaws.
God, this is on like A&E or History Channel, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's on the History Channel or
Of
Discovery.
course it's on the
It's
History
actually
Channel.
it's called Street Outlaws and it's on the Discovery Channel.
Okay.
It's basically one of those channels where they used to be great, but something happened, and now it's just shit TV. But yeah,
Right.
anyways, I'm into it. I figured if we had a couple minutes, quick review. I use a different scale than normal media because most trash TV doesn't go past a 2 even at its finest. I feel like Tiger King was that 2.
Yeah, that was the 2.
But I use a different scale for this. So on the trashy / entertaining scale, I'd give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay. All right, I can get behind that.
Yeah. All right. Playing us out. Steve?
Do it.
Right. Never mind. Check us out Monday nights, 7 to 8 on N5D Podcast and on YouTube. Also, check us out Tuesdays, twitch.tv/Metagame Network. We are there doing some video game streaming on Tuesdays. Also, Bias Bros is every other Thursday. And final words there, Music Man. All right. Thank you. Good night. Yay, Cleveland.
That's the best ending ever.